Hey folks, Wayner for Christ here. Going to do a video today on replacing the water inlet valve. I think what happens on these is right here. These are the solenoids for the hot and the cold. They go bad, and when they go bad, they start making squealing noises real loud when the water tries to pump in and things like that. And you just don't have the right water flow. It can be different things. But this is the model number. This is a Whirlpool. The ones with the lights. And this is the model number. If you don't know where it's at, you can find it right here on your washer. You should be able to find it there. This is WTW4816FW2. I'm just going by memory, but I think that's right. That's where you can find your model number. So you go to the right size part and everything. But that's what we're going to be replacing today. I've already took the back off. There is just a few screws, 4. There was a couple here. There's one right here. And there's this little plate that goes there. And there's one here in the corner. And that pops off. As you can see, I have it right here. And of course, first of all, I unplugged it. Always unplug before you start working on appliances. And disconnect the hoses. Got them in a bucket so we don't have any water leakage. And then the plate, that allowed the plate to come off. Okay, then this pops up from the bottom. I'm going to try first a putty knife, something flat, to catch on that spring. You'll notice though, there's a little groove right here. Your putty knife needs to come on the inside of that. So if the putty knife don't work, see, I could do that, but I'm going to hit that. So we want to go all the way over here to the edge. And we're going to try to start that. There's a little clamp under there, a snap like. I want to try to get that to pop up. I was doing it by hand a while ago. I don't think this is going to be my favorite option. There's like 3 different, you can see there. 1, 2, and there's this metal thing here on each side. I'm going to try to push it from the bottom. So well, maybe I can get it with this. I've already got it loose here. And remember, when you put this back, I'm going to try to put a picture in the video. I took a picture before I took it apart. This goes back a certain way. Some of that metal tab goes under here. Some of it goes over. It goes over this part. So it has to go back the same way. And this little pin here, plastic pin sticking out, just part of the molding. That goes in. There's a place for that in the metal plate. So it all has to go back just the right way. And of course, it'll go over these. Water inlet valve. And this should pop up and go forward. Hold on just a sec. I'll work on this. Okay, guys. I was able to get that loose with this putty knife. The putty knife starts under here, and it catches a spring. I call it a spring. It's not really a spring. It's just the middle coil, and it coils under there, applies pressure. And once you get that to pop up, these two pop basically straight out. I have to pull this forward just a little, and it's the same on each side, and it just rolls forward. Now this has a wire. We want to make sure we put it back this wire goes under there and plugs in here. So we don't want to get them mixed up. What would be a wise thing to do is to take a picture of this before you take it apart. That way you know what you're doing. So I'm going to do that right now. I'll take a picture of this, although these will already be plugged in, but can't have too much information when it comes to these things. Okay, so we've got this leaned forward now, and there should be a screw or two right here. We've got to get these out. That will release this piece. We'll take it out, wires and all, and get started with our new one shortly. Okay guys, we got the new part here. It's going to sit in just like this. Go under here. We're going to see if the wire is long enough. If it's not, then I'll take some of that tape loose. And it runs under here. And I did mention it earlier, but there's a little clip you'll see right here. When you go to take it out, you just unsnap that, just push down on that, and it releases it, and you just pull it out. That's how you unplug it. So I will get to installing this, and there's two screws that go in. We'll put the two screws in and getting closer to getting done. Okay, we've got the, as you can see, we've got the piece in. What I did was set this in first. Set it in, and I snapped this in. It plugged in fine. And once you hear it snap, push it till it snaps. Then I took the wire under here. Okay, and then I put the two screws in. Now there's one on the far left and one on the far right, and you can see there's a third hole here, but it's sticking up above the metal, and it really wouldn't catch onto the metal. You need, and on these two, it catches onto the metal, which allows it to tighten better. That's what you want to do. It's like you're tightening against a washer or something like that. So use those two. Far right, far left, the ones on the outside, and okay, we've got that tightened. Now we're ready. We want to double check everything, make sure everything's plugged in good. Might as well check these other things while we've got this open. Make sure everything's plugged in. Nice and snug as a bug in a rug. Okay, everything looks, so it's good to inspect stuff. I wiped it down a little bit. It's always a good thing to do while you've got it apart. I mean, you might as well if you can. Also, I just used hand tools. I didn't use no kind of impact wrench or drill, especially when you're tightening into plastic. You don't want to do that because you'll strip something out real easy using power tools if you ain't careful. So I think I mentioned earlier, with this little bit here, it's a T20. So it fit right in this little hand tool, hand screwdriver, and I just, socket screwdriver I call it. It just ratchets back and forth. And I tightened them right up. The screws didn't come with it, so keep the screws that you have when you take it apart. Because my cold water one was messed up, and you can see, I found it a while ago. I was trying to find, there was a crack. I was trying to find where that was at. There's a line there. I don't. Well, anyway. You can see that line there. Sort of in the center. Also, I learned that from another YouTuber. I listened to another video I watched. These solenoids can work on either side. So if you've got a spare one and one goes bad, you should be able to switch the hot for the cold or the cold for the hot. And now there's videos on how to do that. So it might save you if you just need to switch the solenoid. It will save you from buying another part. So I may keep that just to have around. So that is that. And we're going to set it back up. The metal's just going to sit right back down in there, and then you can see I need to start the back first because it's got that little hook in it. Set it in there, and then you can see it better over there. You see how that spring is going to pop down in there in that plastic piece. We're going to push it back just a little so it can sort of naturally sit. I'm going to go back and down. I'm doing this with one hand. That one snapped, and that one snapped. Okay. Nice and secure. Then we'll put our plate on. Sorry for the video going all over the place. As I said earlier, I've got it upside down. You don't want it upside down, and we don't want it inside out either. And this is the outside, where it says cold and hot. So, things happen, don't they? So this is going to fit a certain way. The screws, these pins are going to fit in a certain place. So, I'll be back in just a bit. Okay, so now we've got the bottom plate almost all the way on. There's 3 screws at the bottom. One in this corner. One over here in this corner. And one here in the center, in between the 2 valve inlets. So, now we're going to put the plate back on. And remember, when you put this on, this tab here on this model just to the outside. But see this area here, this cut out here, and here, they go under the plastic, okay? All the way back to there. To replace this, you don't have to take this off to replace this part. You don't have to remove the white part. But the plate has to go under there. But this part sticks out, but it'll be obvious. And of course it goes over these. And you get your screws in, didn't have any trouble. You can use probably, I think it's a 1/4-inch socket, but I just use this little ratchet screwdriver here, and it does the trick. Or just a manual screwdriver would work too. It's made for a socket head, and it also is made, they're made for, I'm pretty sure a T20 would fit that, as well as it did the other piece. Let me check it and see. Yeah, that's a T20 as well. So you could use the T20 on all of it if that's what you wanted to do. On all the screws. Plus that one over there. But I recommend manual. Especially with the part, because the part is plastic. You're screwing into plastic. So you don't want to mess around with that. Okay, so now we're going to put this back on. I may have to put my camera away for this part. But it covers this wire here. That's what this plate does. The screw goes on this side. The plate, the lighting's not very good, but you can see there's a tab. Tab goes right in there. See them shiny, not shiny necessarily, but you can see where it's been a wear spot on each tab. That tells you it's been making contact with something. So there's 2 slots where them holes go in, them tabs go in. There's a hole for them, and then the screw goes right there. So that's what we're about to do. Let's try and fall out. Okay, so I'm going to have to pause you for a sec.